Hello and welcome back, everyone. By now, you would have hopefully understood all the different economic factors that have a direct or indirect impact on the different businesses in a country. We've looked at concepts of economic growth, unemployment, inflation, and exchange rate, and we've also seen how changes in these have an impact on the businesses. Now, at the center of it all, in order to make sure that the economy is on the upward trend and the GDP is still increasing, the government has a critical role to play to make sure that the inflation doesn't get out of hand, unemployment is not too high, exchange rate remains stable, and the economic growth is on the upward trajectory. In order to do that, they have two policies designed specifically to tackle these changes in the business cycles. Now, we've seen that during a period of boom, this is where the GDP is on the up, and that's what you want as a country. But inevitably, a boom will lead into a recession. So a government will have to step in somewhere at the end of the boom period to make sure that this continues on upwards rather than going down. Equally, government intervention will be required when the business is reaching its slump period. This is where businesses will need more impetus, more stimulus from the government, and policies will be designed to bring the aggregate demand in the economy up and trying to get the businesses more competitive locally and globally. So let's start by looking at how monetary policy helps in achieving that. So, monetary policy is a tool that is used by the government to control the amount of money that's floating in the economy at any given point in time. And in turn, the effect it has on the spending in the overall economy. Now, when we talk about spending in the economy, we are not only concerned with the customers, we're also looking at the businesses spending. And governments will either increase or decrease their tools to have an impact on whether there's more spending being done in the economy or less. Now, the tools that are used within the monetary policy are, and for the most part, the biggest tool is changes in interest rate. That is something that is controlled by the central bank of a country. Secondly, they may simply pump in more money to have more spending power available to the people. And finally, by manipulating the exchange rate. So these are the three ways that we're going to discuss through which a government has an impact on the supply of money in the country. So changes in exchange rate is the biggest tool that the government has in its arsenal when they're debating over the monetary policies. Now, monetary policy decisions are taken quite frequently in every country, sometimes between 4 to 6 times during the year. But in the end, it's all about controlling the amount of money and in turn the amount of spending in an economy. Now, I want you to first think about the situation we know as a boom. A boom is where GDP is going up, but at the same time, spending is going up, which is leading to higher inflation, which will eventually lead to an overheating of the economy. And as we know from our business cycles, boom will eventually go into a recession. Now, of course, no government wants to go into a recession, so they will do everything in their power to sustain that period of boom. So, how do they do that? Through a monetary policy in order to avoid overheating and still continue on in a boom situation. The government will look to increase the rate of interest in the country. Now, what is interest rate? Interest rate is the cost of borrowing. It's the percentage that you have to go give on top if you are borrowing from a bank or any other financial institution. So why is the government increasing the interest rate during a period of boom? Of course, this is happening more towards the later part of the boom period, not the earlier part, because the overheating process starts in the end. So the government will set specific targets for the economy. That in order to avoid overheating, we need to start lowering the level of spending, both from the consumers and the businesses, because the consumers keep spending, and if they have more money, then businesses keep increasing their prices, and that also leads to higher inflation, which is obviously not a good idea. So you also want to contain the speed of inflation. You also want to make sure that the GDP is going up at a sustainable rate. You don't want your boom to be too fast, too quickly, and then you go into a recession. You want to extend that period. So To avoid overheating, you need to manage a certain level. An overambitious GDP level will see the overheating period, meaning the start of recession, much more quickly. And at the same time, government wants to reduce the amount of imports in the country, because the more you import, the more foreign currency leaves the country, which leaves the exchange rate depreciated. So an increase in the interest rate will have a direct impact on businesses in that country. First of all, since the cost of borrowing has increased for a business, let's say the interest has gone up from 5 to 8%, then on every one a dollar raised, you would have to pay from 5 cents to now 8 cents on top of that when you return it to the bank that's lent it to you. So you see that businesses start reducing their borrowing because they don't want to pay higher interest charges. Additionally, on the consumer side, those consumers who used to buying things on credit, using their credit cards, buying cars and a house, big items that require big investments, they will also reduce their demand because they don't want to pay a higher interest rate. So there's a reduction in sales faced by the businesses. For the economy, though, there is inflow of hot money. Foreign investors, after seeing that they will be offered a higher interest rate in this country, will start investing here. So if the interest rate goes up from 5 to 8%, if you invest $100 in this country, you would have gotten back 105. Now you get 108. Therefore, there's an inflow of hot money. And eventually, there's also, and very obviously, a decrease in the amount of credit sales that are being done. Of course, when you sell on credit to customers expected to pay back with interest, and they don't want to pay a higher interest. So you will see a reduction in sales on credit as well. This is the monetary policy decision that's taken during a period of boom to avoid overheating of the economy. So we've just finished looking at how business interferes during a time of boom to use the monetary policy, bringing changes that are positive for the economy. On the flip side, during a period of slump, when you've just come out of a recession, the government also needs to play an active role in trying to give the right stimulus towards the growth of the economy. And that's why the monetary policy and specifically changes in interest rate also play a part. Now, what follows slump? You will remember it's a period of recovery, and you want to get there as soon as possible. You want to recover, you want to bring back the aggregate demand in the economy, the confidence in the business, and all the things that come with it. So during a period of slump, when you're at the lowest point in terms of your GDP, the government will look to decrease the interest rate to make sure that the economy goes into its recovery period after being stuck in a slump for a long time. Remember, a decrease in the interest rate to get the country out of the slump more quickly. Now, of course, the government would be setting itself specific targets to achieve during this time. And how do you get out of the slump and get into recovery? By trying to encourage the amount of spending happening in the economy, both from businesses to set things up and also from the consumers to buy things. When businesses start opening up again, when they start expanding, there's going to be more job creation. When businesses are spending, creating more products, they will also want to venture into export markets to get a higher return on their product. And the government would be setting itself ambitious targets for economic growth. Now, a decrease in the interest rate would help both the businesses and the consumers to gain more confidence in the economy again. Of course, at a lower interest rate, let's say the interest rate has now been changed from 5% to 3%, then every dollar borrowed when returned will have to pay a smaller amount of interest from 5% to 3%. So you save 2% on interest costs. Therefore, businesses are encouraged to borrow more. Consumers are encouraged to buy more on credit. So you see a rise in sales. Businesses look to expand because of the rise in sales. And of course, that means there's been an increase in the demand, and the increased borrowing must be used effectively. So new investments take place, which eventually lead into an increase in production. This increase in production level, you will remember, will have a direct positive impact on the gross domestic product of the country, which means that you will leave your slump period and go into recovery. Remember, decrease in interest rate to get out of slump, increase in interest rate to extend a period of boom and avoid recession.